Hi everybody, how are you doing today? I'm excited to be here and I hope you are too. As he mentioned, my name is Donald Ramlow and I'm a member of the Public Media Network Board. I kind of have an interesting history with them because over 30 years ago I was appointed to the original Charter Cable Access Board here. We didn't have a studio, we didn't have a camera, we didn't even have staff. And then I was on that board for 4 years and then I kind of took an absence of about 25 years. And then I was reappointed to the Public Media Network Board 4 years ago. And I'm thrilled to be here. And it's been a real treat for me to see how everything has changed, you know, over the years and all the technology. And in fact, earlier today I was saying, I still say, are we recording this to tape? You know, and I'm sure other people do too, because that's the way, you know, we were. So my idea is here, if I do my job well up here, you're going to leave here going, now who is that MC again? Because it's not about me. I'm only here to coordinate. It's about all of you people out here who have done such a great job winning these awards and recognitions. And so my focus is going to be on you telling me what's important and what's going to work. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and get started. I'd like to have the Omni Center of Public Media, Carmel, Indiana, Sandra Long. We might have to wait a second for the clips to start here. There we go.
We are available to provide public fire and life safety programming and presentations to different groups throughout the city. As many of you know, we have a Public Safety Day. This is a great way in which people in the community can come out, learn about safety, health, and wellness on all different levels from many different representatives in the community.
Standards of OSHA so that we have a safe environment for our firefighters to work in.
As the safety chief for the Carmel Fire Department, I work an administrative shift, but I'm also on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and respond to emergencies and incidents where our firefighters are going to be on scene for prolonged periods of time. The Carmel Fire Department is now accredited, so we comply with NFPA and OSHA standards.
Questions? Resolution board? Yeah?
We provide our Firefighter for a Day camp every year, and it is a great time for kids and also for our firefighters and our staff. This is an opportunity for children throughout the community, ages 7 to 13, to come out for a day and join us and actually learn what firefighters do.
The whole St. Patrick's Day with Brockway and the Carmel firefighters started about 5 years ago. We just decided to do a joint party on St. Patrick's Day and celebrate St. Patrick's Day. Today we're going to have a fire department pumper pull where we'll pull an antique fire engine, and we pull it approximately 70 feet, and you have a team of 5 people that pull it. And it can be a varying size of team members, so it doesn't matter what size, but they pull it approximately 70 feet and they pull it for time. So whoever has the best time wins.
Mom's family originally came here in the early 1800s, and they were part of the family that built the Whitechapel Church there on 116th Street. My dad's family, my great-great-grandfather, Callahan, came from Ireland, and they settled in Indianapolis. How my parents got together was the fact that there was a chicken from my dad's uncle's house. He was visiting his uncle up here, and my mom found the chicken, and it was
And what is this series? This series is a collaboration between Think Local First, Whole Foods, and Growing Hope. It was a conversation that started a couple of years ago and has finally come to fruition, and we're really excited to be bringing these workshops to you. There are 4 people that worked very hard to make this happen, and I really want to give them a little recognition. They are in the audience.
Art scene. I'm joined with John Huey. He is the Director of External Relations for the Center for the Performing Arts. We are here at the Palladium, the jewel of Carmel, as I like to call it. And boy, is it exciting. You've got a lot going on with outreach in Carmel. You're taking a lot of the programs and you're going out into the world, out to our schools. Tell us a little bit about that, John.
It's beautiful. Most of what people think of is the performances here on stage.
Sure.
But it's the day-to-day work that we're doing that is so exciting.
Thank you for being here. And your name again is?
Winston Long.
Well, thank you for coming here on behalf of Carmel, Indiana. Sandra, there are a lot of very interesting clips that are up there. I notice a lot of them seem to focus on the fire department and their interaction with the community. Would you care to elaborate a little bit more about what was involved with all of that?
Well, we enjoy working with our fire department very much. They do a lot of fun activities, and they're very progressive. And the accreditation video traces the story of the fire department through the various activities that they had to go through, or criteria that they had to meet to become accredited. And it is, the Carmel Fire Department is one of only 3 accredited fire departments in the state of Indiana, and I believe there are only maybe 170-something accredited fire departments in the world. So they're very progressive, and we enjoy working with them very much.
Okay. Now, there were other shows certainly here that you also received recognition for. Would you like to talk about any of those in particular? You've got Bike Rules and the Art Scene and the Great American Songbook. Would you like to elaborate a little bit on that at all?
Well, we've also started doing the art scene, which is done, which features various art activities within the community. And the one that we submitted was shot at the Palladium, which is a new venue for Carmel, relatively new, a few years old. And the people, the citizens aren't that aware of all the outreach activities that are available at the Palladium. So we wanted to make them more aware of the activities that are theirs, if they just take advantage of them. And so we started a series to enlighten the citizens about the various opportunities at the Palladium.
Were there any unique challenges to any of these that you had to adapt to in order to be able to put that together as a program?
There was a big challenge this past year, actually, yes. And, and the challenge is right here. The biggest challenge, actually, is we're very small. There are 4 of us, the 2 of us and 2 others. And this past year, Winston had a heart transplant at the Cleveland Clinic. So we were airlifted to Cleveland last July and spent probably the equivalent of 3 or 4 months in Cleveland within the last year. So the challenge was in trying to produce shows remotely, and I would run back for a few days to Carmel and work with the guys, and then I'd go back and we would stream videos, back and forth. So he was the biggest challenge, but it's all worked out fine. And
from your perspective as a producer, what do you think about everything that's been going on in your town?
Well, it's a real privilege to be in Carmel and a part of the government access. Now, again, I'm not with the city of Carmel, but I do chair a couple of commissions, and I'm very close to the people at the city of Carmel. And the trick is, people have asked, how do we come up with the content? And we watch emails, because our public information officer in Carmel will send out an email announcement for the press that says we're about to do, Carmel's about to do this or about to do that. And then Sandra picks that up and calls them up and says, this is a great idea. Why don't we do a video on it? And luckily, it works out very well. We do not need the script. We use the sound bites as the basis of the production, and then we fill in visually. We've been shooting video for this, we started out in 1976 shooting video of Carmel when we didn't even have a relationship with the city, because we loved the city and really wanted to be in a position down the road to document what Carmel, Indiana looked like in 1975, a community of 16,000 people. It is now vastly different. It was a very little bedroom community, and now we've gotten so many white-collar jobs and white-collar businesses in Carmel that is now 89,000 people, and we have actually turned now so that people actually do not, it's not a bedroom community anymore. There are actually people that are there, live there, make their living here in Carmel, and it's been exciting to document it. And we've gone back and produced videos of the old Carmel, and people say, holy moly, I don't even remember that. That street wasn't even there. So it's been good.
Well, needless to say, we enjoy Carmel very much. He's long-winded.
Don't ever turn me loose.
The summary is we love Carmel. We've lived there since 1975, and we very much enjoy going to the activities and producing videos about Carmel.
Well, thank you very much, and congratulations on your award, and I'll get it over there from him. Now, our next people that we're going to be talking about are Home TV, Meridian Township, Michigan, and I'm not sure who the representative is because Deb isn't here, I believe, so we'll introduce them when they get up here. Okay, let's give you the mic.
It was the 1830s. Land was cheap in Michigan. Marshes and trees covered plots that were sold for dollars. luring farmers to come in and clear the land.
We became a state in 1837, and they had already been pushing really hard to get people to move into the state because there was a population requirement that we had to meet before we could become a state. And so the best way to do that is to make the land very cheap and encourage people to come in.
I moved to the township about 23 years ago, but it's in the last 2 years that I've tried to attend both the township board meetings and the planning commissions. Not only is it a right for people to come and know what's going on with the government, I think it's also a responsibility. I've had board members come up and thank me for my participation. This is what's happening in your backyard where you live. If you're not happy with it or you want to be the most satisfied, you have to be engaged.
My name is John Wood, owner of Woods Okemos Marathon here in downtown Okemos. Woods Okemos Marathon is a full-service automobile repair facility and gasoline and towing and road service. It's the old-fashioned service station type. We go out and we wash the windows and we offer check the oil, and if they need air in their tires, we put air in their tires. And a lot of people will want us to pump their gas for them, but then there's some that want to pump their own gas. So
This is Tommy. Tommy is an enthusiastic citizen of Meridian Township. He's heard a lot about the events coming up this fall and winter and is eager to participate. Let's see where Tommy is going today. Oh, looks like Tommy has a hankering for some homegrown and homemade goodies. Silly Tommy, you're in the wrong place. When the summer farmers market shuts down, the winter one picks up on the first and third Saturdays of the month, December through April, in the Meridian Mall.
Welcome to this week's Meridian News Now. I'm Brandy Yates. Thanks for joining us. A press conference was held earlier this morning at the Central Fire Station regarding the station's current condition. Home TV's Amanda Chodnicki was at the fire station during the press conference and joins us now to discuss the building's deteriorating conditions. Amanda?
Thanks, Brandy. Fire Chief Fred Cowper and Township Manager Frank Walsh were at the press conference this morning to address the closing of the fire station and keeping up with response time to residents.
It looks like you had a lot of fun with a lot of those shows there. It really does to me. Why don't you introduce yourself to the audience first?
Okay, well, thank you. Obviously, Deborah Guthrie, our communications director, is not here today. I'm Brandy Yates, the internship coordinator and communications specialist.
And I'm Darkus Beasley, the video programmer / studio producer.
How long have your facilities been in existence in your area?
We've been around since the 80s. And I can't tell you too much about the history because Deborah would know majority of that. But we're a government access channel, and we're really unique because we have an intense internship program. We work very closely with MSU, Michigan State University students, and other students from different colleges and universities, and we train them in studio production and being on camera. So we do not have volunteers. We do have a small staff, but majority of what you saw today was produced by interns.
How many interns would you say you have at any given time working for you?
About 30 a semester.
Wow, that's a lot.
Give or take, 15 to 30 each semester.
Okay, of these shows that they had up there, any particular one stick out in your mind as being most memorable for you to have worked on or produced?
Well, I would let Darkus take that one because she oversees the promos, the promotional spots she does.
Tommy is actually my roommate, by the way. He is one of our paid interns currently, and he's worked through the ranks for the last year and a half. And he, amongst many others, just worked very hard on a daily basis to turn out something that they're proud of. So, yeah, a lot of the work that we do is, you know, teaching them, giving them the tools to use in order to create stuff like that. So.
Now, I noticed on here that they also mentioned your website. Would you like to talk about that at all?
Well, our website is oriented specifically for home TV. Even though we are housed in the Department of Communications for Meridian Township, we do have a separate website for that. So the home TV website is very specific to our government access channel. It does include online video content for pretty much everything that we do, so it's very extensive. A lot of the categories right now that you'll see are election related. A lot of the debates and interviews that we're doing currently are going to be found there and housed there, but it's pretty intricate. It has, you know, all the interns' faces, all of the stories that they write. I think Brandy can talk a little bit more about that.
Thanks, Darkus. Yeah, we try to, a lot of our interns go into the news industry. That's what they're going toward. And incorporating social media and article writing and putting all their content online is really important to us. They may not like it from time to time because it's a lot of work and a lot of upkeep, but we try to keep our website as fresh as possible to train them. That's what people are looking for. They want content new all the time.
Sounds good. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Congratulations on your award.
Thank you very much.
As we continue, let's talk about CTN, Community Television Network, Ann Arbor, Michigan. Alicia Bodine and Melissa Bondi. Would you come on up? And I believe we got a gentleman now, correct, Alicia?
I like it there, it's nice and dark, and there's a chance I'll hear you playing your guitar if I lived in this town. In this town I could be happy, in this town I'd make new friends, in this town I could be Isabel. And I could start all over again.
Nothing's gonna change my world. 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 Nothing's gonna change my world.
Hello everyone, I'm Connie Kraft, and this is Senior Moments. Thanksgiving is over, and we are free from those responsibilities. But Christmas is coming soon, and New Year's Day won't be too far. Busy days are coming around your house again. But don't work too hard. Take a break once in a while, and watch Senior Moments.
They throw a unique twist on America's pastime.
We strive to put on what we believe is an accurate display of how they would have played baseball in the 19th century when the 1860s is about when the game was becoming a organized game played by adults. Prior to that, it was played by children. So we're kind of recreating the origins of baseball when it was, becoming popular.
From a distance, the game looks the same, but the rules have definitely changed.
The main thing you'll notice is we don't use gloves at all.
And what is this series? This series is a collaboration between Think Local First, Whole Foods, and Growing Hope. It was a conversation that started a couple of years ago and has finally come to fruition, and we're really excited to be bringing these workshops to you. There are 4 people that worked very hard to make this happen, and I really want to give them a little recognition. They are in the audience.
This is Jessica here, and I am with Jackie and Woody from Newfoundland. And tell me, what are you doing here in Ann Arbor?
We're down for the big game, for the big classic. We waited all of our life for this.
Yeah?
This is a big game.
And will you also be downtown for the Winterfest activities?
Yes, we will be down there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, we'll be here. What's going to be your favorite part of the next couple of days?
Oh, well, the game is going to be the #1 thing. That's going to be the ultimate. That's what we're here for. We left to come last year and it was a strike. We didn't get here, so this year.
Well, that, again, like I said before, it looked like a lot of fun. But what I noticed mostly was a great variety of subject matters covered at this particular time. And thank you for coming up here also, Jason. I appreciate you being here. Of all of those, were any of those, like I asked everybody else, stick out in your mind more than others?
Well, I can comment on a few of them. As you saw, one of our Access producers who's a volunteer, he had quite a few winning and finalist pieces. And I think every Access Center has one of those volunteers that they like to brag about, and he's ours.
Mm-hmm.
We're very proud of him. A lot of what he does, it's a combination of working at CTN, editing and shooting, as well as editing and shooting stuff at home. He makes it a collaborative thing between doing it at home and doing it at CTN. And we're very proud of him because I think he wishes he would have done this in his earlier years, but right now he's doing it. He's an older gentleman, and he does an excellent job. Kind of pushes everyone else, just it's amazing to see what someone can do when they didn't have the specialized training as a lot of us have. Strictly a volunteer, and he does a great job.
Sounds good. Jason, now you worked on the Union Baseball Club of Dexter,
That's
didn't
right.
you? And incidentally, your name's Broniak, correct?
Broniak, close enough.
Broniak, close enough, okay. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, that story was meant for the story FYI, or for the TV program FYI, hosted by Dana Denha, who's the producer and host. She encouraged me to go out and produce a story. And the one story I kept seeing, and entertainment-wise kept popping up, was the Union Baseball Club Dexter playing here. They're playing there. So I was like, I wanted to know more about it. So I contacted them, set them everything up, and they were more than gracious with their time. They wanted me to hang out with them pretty much the entire time to shoot and interview and have pretty much full access to them.
Okay, well, it sounds there again like you had a lot of fun. Anything that you would say about working with their center there that sticks in your mind, the CTN?
Like you mentioned before, there's a wide variety of programming. There's not one, it's not a boring day if you work at CTN, that's for sure. There's, like you saw, the Senior Moment show. That could be going on right now. Tim was shooting pieces for that. I can go off, help him out with that. There's the FYI program, which covers Ann Arbor everywhere, essentially. Could be, some informative pieces, but it could be a lot of fun pieces like I did for the baseball story. There's just never one thing that it's always something ongoing, and it's always fun going on at CTN.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming here. Congratulations on your award.
Thank you.
You bet. Thank you. The next thing is MCTV, Midland, Michigan, Ron Beacom. Ron, you want to come on up here? I was told he was here.
Why, hello, and welcome to Puppets on the Road. We are so happy to see you today. My name is Eddie, and I am 6 years old, and I've awaited this moment for so long. And now it's here, and well, I don't know what to say, but let's get this party started! Yay! First, I would like to introduce to you a few friends of mine. We have Buster, the blue guy, then we have Savannah, and Marty. Yeah, these are my very close friends. And I'm going to tell you a real secret, okay?
Hi, my name is Haley Andorian, and I will be singing an original song. It's called Blazin', and I hope you like it. It's so complicated, wanting you, it's so frustrating.
Well, thank you. Well, thank you for being here, and Ethan, thank you for being here.
Oh, you're welcome.
Good. Talk a little bit more and tell us about what's going on here, and especially about this show.
Well, this young man, Ethan White, produced the show Puppets on the Road with help from the guy behind the scenes over there, Jason White, his dad. So I'll let Ethan take it from there. Tell him a little bit about why you decided to do the show.
Well, Puppets on the Road is based on my dream to fulfill dreams about making children smile, and that with MCTV's help, my dream's been fulfilled by that.
Now, did you do all the voices
Hi,
and
my name
everything
is
on
Haley
that?
All the
Andorian,
voices of the
and I will be
puppets,
singing
they're
an
all
original
mine.
song.
Yeah.
I've created for them.
Now, you had quite a few up there, so let's congratulate you for all of the voice work.
Thank you.
Do you find it a challenge to work with all of the different puppets at the same time?
Well, I can, without using the arm rods, I can use 2 puppets at a time. If I'm using the arm rods, I can only use 1.
Okay.
So it's a little difficult with 2. It's kind of confusing with the voices, but with 1, it's pretty calm. Yeah.
Now, have you named your puppets?
Yeah, this is Eddie right here.
That's Eddie there. Okay. Hi, Eddie.
Oh, hello there.
Well, congratulations on this award. I think it's pretty spectacular. And at your young age, I look forward to seeing a lot more from
Thank you so much.
Okay. And Ron, you want to talk about the other award, the Shining Stars Talent Show?
Yeah, that's an idea originated by our production director, Matt Richardson, who came to MCTV 6 years ago from Kalamazoo. He worked at what was the Community Access Center, now Public Media Network. He had the idea to start a talent show. I think that was the 3rd year we've done that. We do that in December. Sends out the invitation to the community, gets different people to participate. He produces it with help of volunteers. Our intern last fall is a young man named Kevin Sinek, and Matt puts a lot into it, and you see the outcome. It's a nice show.
Well, I was impressed by both of them, and thank you for showing those to us, and congratulations on your award.
Thank you.
Our next person is City Cable, Cincinnati, Ohio, Steve Sabal.
All right, and the blue chip goes to Braves Beat Season 5, Episode 9. Producers Catherine Arnold and Lauren Bukowski.
Before we go, we'd like to thank our artists, Maren McKenna and Katina Calamari. It looks great. Remember to like our Braves Beat Facebook page, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to us on YouTube, and email us with any school updates.
Have a wonderful 4-day weekend, Braves.
And as always, stay classy, Indian Hill.
Okay, congratulations for you. Talk a little bit about what was involved with these two programs.
Well, they're distinctly different. The first one is our Findlay Market Annual Parade. And in Cincinnati, opening day is a holiday. And the Findlay Market is owned by the city of Cincinnati, and it promotes it's a big event. Thousands of people come downtown a few hours before game time on opening day and just have a great time. This is their 95th year for the parade, and especially the last few years, they've actually had to turn away participants in the parade because it got too long a couple of years ago. And it's really a great community event. We use a lot of different resources with the city to do this. We have volunteers. We have one of the hosts works at a local radio station. We work with the local newspaper. They actually carry our stream live and help promote the event. We use public services for a bucket truck. Just a lot of different entities. We microwave it back from our truck to City Hall and air it live. We get a lot of good feedback. The other piece is not just city cables, it's our area. We have, like this Philo's is a regional award. We have our local award show called the Blue Chip Cable Access Awards. And all the centers in Greater Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky join together. So this last year happened to be a pretty good year for us. I direct the show, but we have producers from different another two centers, and all the centers contribute and volunteers to put the actual show on. And this year was kind of unique. We had the writer wrote a James Bond theme, so it was kind of a lot of fun. It's good for the centers to get together, and we produced the show, and now they won.
Okay. Well, congratulations and thank you.
Thank you.
Next up, Access Vision, Battle Creek, Michigan, Dale G. Minder. Did I pronounce it right? Yeah, close enough.
Welcome to the second edition of A Little Bit Left, A Little Bit Right with Dave Morgan and Jeff Domenico. Thanks, Jeff, for finally coming on the show. I've been hounding you to come on the show, so it's great. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, maybe your family and so forth?
Sure, absolutely, Tim. I was born and raised in Battle Creek, Michigan, went to Lakeview Schools. I went to KCC, Spartans, went to KCC, and then on to Western and got my bachelor's degree in accounting.
For the past 40 years, the Battle Creek Community Foundation has had the opportunity to work with you, your neighbors, friends, and colleagues to create a powerful and vibrant community. The neighborhoods in which we live and the city in which we work are better served as a result of our collective efforts. It is that continued partnership and volunteerism that has allowed the Community Foundation to become a key component of the Battle Creek community for nearly half a century.
Well, thank you for coming up here, and tell us a little bit about those two shows, if you would.
Well, the first one, A Little Bit Left, A Little Bit Right, with Dave Morgan and Tim Hill, are one's a Republican, one's a Democrat. One was the chairman of the Democratic Party in Calhoun County, and the other one is township supervisor in Emmett Township. And so they got together, they were friends, and they thought that it would be kind of nice to take a political approach to a program where they bring on different guests, whether they be Republican, Independent, Democrat, and then just pose questions to them. Sometimes they get pretty heavy hitting with some of their questions. It gets pretty interesting at times.
And it's actually a good program. They've only been doing it now for just about a year. That might be just about a month short of a year, but just about a year now.
Okay, sounds like it's popular, though, with your community.
It is very popular with the community. We do hear lots of good comments about the fact that they are doing it with both parties in mind, or all political parties in mind. They even have the Tea Party on, independents. It's not just Republican and Democratic positions. They take all positions.
So kind of working towards an openness in government kind of an idea here, allowing the people to hear a lot about what they have to say then.
Yeah, that's right. And like you said, the community is very much appreciative of a program like this, so they can get all different thoughts or processes in issue.
Okay. Well, thank you on coming up here. Congratulations on your 2 awards.
Thank you.
Thank you. And now I'm told we've got one more added to the list, if I'm not mistaken. So if half possible, come on up here. Public Media Network, Kalamazoo, Michigan. I would like to have him talk for a little bit.
"80 miles of the Kalamazoo River and some of its tributaries are being cleaned up one section at a time. One of those sections recently cleaned up, Portage Creek. Connect checked in with the EPA to find out how the work was done and how the creek was reconstructed.
We started at Reed Street in September of 2011. We focused on a 3-mile stretch of Portage Creek, of which we cleaned up 1.8 miles.
Well, that's nice to see, and I think it's important to mention to the folks here that we've been working with a brand new facility here, a little over, what, a year old? Year and a half, about that?
A little less than that.
You know, so we're very proud of what's coming out of all of this for us speaking from a local viewpoint. Why don't we introduce our guests that are up here also?
Karen Woodworth, our anchor reporter at our Government Production Services Unit, and the person who actually you'll see on Connect all the time. That's Karen. And Laura Rose, the producer, I believe, of that segment, the Portage Creek segment. You worked on that, and I think you shot it and you edited it. And Don, I just want to say that Public Media Network created the Government Production Services Unit a couple of years ago. It was, at the time, experimental. We had never tried anything quite so bold, but it was an experiment well worth the investment because the work that Laura and Karen and the other folks down there have done have validated what little risk we took in creating that unit, and their work stands and speaks for themselves, and I'd like them to talk about their work.
Okay. Well, I have to say it's a real joy working on a show like this because we really get to highlight all of the positive things going on in our area. And for this particular piece, it kind of grew out of 2 other ones that we've done. Some of you may have driven through Kalamazoo and seen the clean up, not cover up signs. That's referring to a plan, well, it's still up in the air whether they're going to clean up an EPA Superfund site or if they're just going to cover it up. And we covered a rally that was held in the community. And then following that, there was the Enbridge oil spill cleanup in Comstock Township, where we covered that and what Enbridge wanted to do to clean up Morrow Lake. So keeping an eye on the EPA website, we saw that the Portage Creek cleanup was nearing completion and thought that would be a great thing to cover. And it was really wonderful. We worked with the Dave Roosh, who was the EPA spokesperson, or Paul Roosh, sorry, and he let us follow him around for 2 hours.
Excellent. Laura, any comments?
I just thought it was really fascinating to figure out how they take a river that's been polluted, and it's been polluted for a long time, and exactly what steps they have to go through to clean it all up. And I could have stayed there all day. It was just fascinating.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, and congratulations for the recognition. Okay, and now we're going to move on to the next phase of the awards here, and we'll be talking about the overall excellence winners and the finalists. And several people are here and several people are not. But to get started, for overall excellence in public access, winner, DATV, Dayton, Ohio. Overall Excellence in Government Access finalist, WLND, Westland, Michigan, Craig Welkenbach. Did you know that if you came to the Kalamazoo area, that for many years we used to have members of the Beatles and the Rolling Stones visit our community?
We travel anywhere in the 4 cities and up to 1 mile outside of the boundaries of those 4 cities. The recognized boundaries are Joy Road to the north, Hannon Road to the west, Van Born on the south, and Beach Daily on the east. As an added service to our customers, Anchor Transit will also serve destination points of St. Mary's Hospital in Livonia, Oakwood Hospital, Maine in Dearborn, and the Henry Ford Health Center on Haggerty in Canton Township.
To finish my thought and give them applause. For many years, we had a guitar company here called the Gibson Guitar Company. And many people didn't realize it, but during the heydays of rock and roll, all of these
in just 2.5 short years, the center has served over 400,000 patrons who
they would come in, slide into town, go in over here just to the other side of Kalamazoo, and visit and show up. And they did that for many, many years, from Elvis to the Beatles. So kind of a nice little trivia bit about the community where we're standing right now today. And now, continuing on, overall excellence in government access winner, Carmel Government Access Channel 16, Carmel, Indiana, Sandra Long, Omni Center. Come on up.
in just 2.5 short years, the center has served over 400,000 patrons who, above and beyond the cost of their ticket prices, have added $12 million to our local economy.
When Money Magazine named Carmel the best place to live in America last year, after all the statistics and data were reviewed, we were told it really came down to the fact that the people who were interviewed in Carmel said how happy they were to be living here.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, care to talk about what it feels like to have gotten an award like this?
We're very, very happy, to say the least. And we try very hard. We have a very small budget. I think this year our budget was increased to $175,000. So we do a lot, we feel, for that. And we enjoy working in Carmel.
Okay, sounds good, and congratulations. Thank you. Now, our next recipient of the Excellence Awards, winners and finalists, is the Overall Excellence in PEG Access Programming finalist, Whitewater Community Television, WCTV, Richmond, Indiana.
We're going to start with Manufacturing Matters, and I've got Kim Thurlow, Ivy Tech Corporate College Executive. Good evening. Thanks for being here. Did I get it right?
You did. You did. Thanks.
And Gerald Davis, who is president of Vandor, one of the partner companies for Manufacturing Matters. Thank you very much for being with us this evening.
Thank you.
Let's just jump into this with a basic quick reminder to the community of what Manufacturing Matters is. That sounds more like a value statement than a program, and maybe it was meant to be both, I don't know, but let's talk about what Manufacturing Matters is.
Sure. Well, you're right.
And now for overall excellence in PEG access programming, winner, Community Television Network, CDN, Ann Arbor, Michigan, Alicia Bodine and Melissa Vonde.
CTN recently visited the Creature Conservancy of Ann Arbor, a nonprofit organization geared towards rescuing animal wildlife. We had the opportunity to talk with Vice President Kim Ellis about the Creature Conservancy organization and their programs.
We basically started because people were acquiring exotic animals as pets, and then it wasn't working out. And so the Creature Conservancy was basically founded after an alligator was left in a box on the doorstep of the veterinary hospital.
Congratulations. Tell us a little bit about that show.
That show is actually a segment in one of our magazine shows that was actually produced by interns and part-timers only. So they did a wonderful job, award-winning. It was put in, but this award is especially near and dear to us because it's a collaborative effort of all of the staff at CTN, public, educational, government, and I think that's what's most important. And this by far is one of the most important categories to us as well because it encompasses what we're here, public and education and government television.
Sounds good. Thank you very much. And what about you?
I just want to say CTN has such a great group of volunteers and staff. The programming that we have is very unique. It's very quirky. It's artsy. The interns always do a great job, and that segment that you saw there was part of Touring Treetown, which again was just a fabulous production that 4 interns just kind of came together, threw it together. But there's so much wonderful programming, so this award is very special to us. So thank you.
Thank you, and congratulations again. And now continuing on with our additional Excellence Awards winners, we have here some surprises, I'm told, okay? And one is Excellence in Animation, title Stranger Danger, category Children's, the Westchester Township Integrated Multimedia and Marketing Group. We do not have a clip, I believe, for them here at this time. So the next award, Excellence in Cinematography, Excellence in Accreditation, Empowerment, Inspire, the Omni Center for Public Media Incorporated and Carmel Fire Department. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Our next one is Excellence in Editing, the Union Baseball Club of Dexter. Sports Talks, the show, Jason Broniak, CTN. Congratulations. Next we have Excellence in Directing, the Midland Shining Stars Talent Show, the category Performing Arts, Matthew Richardson and Friends of MCTV. There we go. Thank you. Continuing on, we have the Best Series Program, Minix Movie Corner, category Entertainment. Awards go to Roscoe Milnick, Jeff Klain, and Kim Milnick. They're not here, but we congratulate them for their award. Then we have Best of Show, the Singing Hoosiers, Performing Arts, Zach Cannelli Katz. Let's give them a big hand. They also are not here. And then last, we have the George C. Stoney Community Activism Award, the Let Your Voice Be Heard, the Empowerment and Inspiration or Inspire Home TV Staff and Interns. Thank you. And I believe that brings my portion of the close show to a close. I want to thank you very much for being here. I hope you enjoy that. We were trying something new this year and how we're putting this together. And what do you think? Did you like this kind of a rolling format? I think it's important, again, to thank all of you for all your efforts in even making this possible. I also like to thank my associates, Public Media Network, for all the effort they put into this, because without their help, we wouldn't even be having any of this. So thanks to all of them. Hap, would you care to have any additional closing? We thank you and good evening.